Yes, I
All right.
can. Yes, I can.
Nice to see
I
you.
was
Yeah,
just saying
it's a
that's a lot.
it's a cloudy day today in Nevada. It's raining right now, cloudy. So kind of warmed up with the weather, kind of getting my Midwest in me out of me a little bit. So
Okay, I was wondering, how's my lighting? Is it pretty dark? Does it look like
um,
I'm in a dark room?
I actually can see you pretty well. I adjusted my settings now. I can see you pretty well.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I titled today for our healthy choices. Um, how about we pick one food
Yeah.
that we must have, and if we run out of time, or if we have more time, we can talk about different restaurants. If not, let's save it for next week. Hey, Marva, how are you?
I think the
Oh, my
lighting is.
lighting is dark. Okay. Well, Martin, I guess I'm going to open up a window
Yeah, I think I'm
and
gonna turn on my light too.
okay. So I'll do the same.
Oh, Jules face. Okay.
I'm not sure.
All right. Okay. All right.
I'm not sure how that's going to do. I'm in a area where um the
It's probably during the day.
lighting comes.
Yeah, from the sun. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, I can see. I mean, it was a little darker before. Yeah, it's better now.
Okay, maybe I'll just do it this way. Um, I'm not sure, but we'll kind of figure it out.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
kind of figure out where I can go, but we'll be fine.
Okay.
You'll just see specks of sun. That's energy just coming out of the whole person.
Excellent.
Okay, thanks, Marva.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You
So go
said that.
ahead. I'll let you
Yeah.
go first, Martin.
Okay. Yeah. I know we were talking about picking a food and kind of making it, a kind of a game out of it, and just trying to see how we can spark up some different interests, and some people can relate in different ways. So, the one food that I went with are garbanzo beans. Obviously, everyone knows you can make them into hummus and mash them, and you got hummus and stuff. But I think also for me, they're a type of bean where you can kind of put them in your salad. You can put them in an entree. You can have them there as a side with any kind of meat portion you have, or in a salad, or with some vegetables as well. You can season them up with some olive oil, any type of oil. You can also put them in the oven as well, and kind of get them a nice little crispy as well. So that's what I picked there. It is something, and obviously if you have the hummus, something that you can put on bread. You can have as side dishes, and from there the ingredients in terms of options you can do in terms of what you actually dip into there. You have your obvious, vegetables. You have your different type of breads, different type of grains. So for there, I picked my hummus. I went with hummus. I actually had some hummus bread earlier with just some hummus. I put some cucumbers on there as well, and it's a nice little meal to have. I know something that's gotten more popular is people putting like guacamole in their hummus and mixing that and getting a little guac hummus going. And that's also a nice little variable where kind of people get like that different taste. People say, I don't like the hummus taste, it's bland, and I don't want to put oil in there. So there you go. There's a nice little substitute that you can add in there as well. So, and lastly, with the hummus, is um, something that most people just don't understand is sometimes you can just take the beans and just oil them up, with some olive oil, with some seasoning, and you can just eat them, raw, a nice little cup's worth or nice little palm's worth as well. So they're able to, for me, an all type of meal that you can have, kind of food that you can have. and prepared different ways. So I went with the garbanzo beans. So your thoughts on that? And then obviously I'm looking forward to hearing your pick as well.
Well, I was going to say garbanzo beans as
No,
well, but I
no
also
way.
like
No.
black. Yeah.
Oh my God, we just spoke about that then. But that's interesting how we picked the same one. You know, my second one, to be honest with you, is sweet potatoes. If you want me to speak about sweet potatoes, for me, sweet potatoes are probably in my meal every day. Every day, I'm having at least one or two sweet potatoes, whether they're entree. Sometimes even at night, especially in the winter time over here in the West Coast, winter time. But in the season, I did find myself steaming, a couple of stems of sweet potatoes and just having them raw. Obviously, they are a little smaller and they are a little portion, but when you start getting used to them, you can really add them in your diet and in your routine and really start to see a difference in terms of kind of what it does for your body. For me, I've seen it really, really calm my muscles down, have a nice little blood flow throughout my body. They're good for anti-inflammation. And it's a nice kind of decompressor kind of food at night that I like to have. Obviously not too late, but something that I can have relatively kind of for dinner and then feeling good as my night goes from there. Don't tell me your second one was sweet potatoes as well.
Yeah, listen, we're in
Holy sh!
sync. We are in sync. And let me just say this. The other day I was exhausted. Now, what I did pay attention to was how I was feeling, eating more sweet potatoes the latter part of the day. And can I tell you, it made me feel great. Not only that, I felt light. I
Yes.
didn't feel heavy,
Excellent. Yeah,
so
they're very low in glycemic, so it won't spike up your blood pressure. So sweet potatoes are a really, really good substitute for especially people who are diabetic. But for those that are trying to stay away from getting on a bad health kind of regime, and sweet potatoes can help you get those carbs that you're looking for, those nutrients that you're looking for, but also and you give you that energy that carbs naturally give you, but at a sustained rate and not spike up your blood pressure so high, and still give you that that nice little energy and not crash down. It's nice and easy, and you literally feel it. You literally feel your body calming down, relaxing a little more, and it's so like I said, sweet potatoes are a great substitute. So yeah, that's a. If you want, I'll go into my third. My third is and I'll just
hey,
say it before I start talking. My third is avocado. Is that your third as well?
listen.
I'm
I
gonna keep
tell
going.
you, we're in sync. Keep
They're
going. What else you got?
they're gonna think that we planned this out. That's what
Not
I think they're gonna.
at all. Not a, this is the beauty of it all. I'm sitting here trying to figure out if my lighting is fine, and every time you say something, it's like that's mine too. I have the same vegetable, the same fruit,
Mm.
except I do have my pomegranate.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
a good one. I actually
yeah.
saw on a YouTube or like one of those YouTube shorts how like a guy cut it where it's like automatically cut for. I was like, when I found that out, I was like, okay, I need to get some pomegranates. So yeah, it's interesting that you say that.
Yeah.
I just hate cutting it, pulling them, and going from there.
Oh,
But
it's
that's
a trick
interesting.
to it.
Wow, wow,
Yeah.
wow. Well, if
Once
you're gonna go
once
with,
you learn how to pull it.
I
Oh,
understand.
I'm
I understand.
sorry.
No, 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 you're fine. If you're gonna go with a fruit, I'll go with a fruit that too. But my fruit that I'll go with, I'm gonna have to go with blueberries.
Okay.
Blueberries
That's
are
not one of my favorites.
okay. Yeah, blueberries for me. Just taking a handful and just stuffing them down your mouth is something where I've really, seen kind of a difference in my body when I've added that in my kind of routine. And especially in the morning. In
Mhm.
the morning, there's a big difference when I do eat blueberries in the morning at lunch as well. And it's a fruit that I try to incorporate in my like I said in my meals throughout the day. For me, I just feel it working where it's kind of like clearing my mind. I feel at ease. I don't feel as much anxiety. It really helps me relax. When they say antioxidants and all this kind of stuff, and you're kind of
Yeah.
like, well, I don't feel that. Well, it's doing its due justice. It's supposed to be, getting toxins out, helping getting toxins out, helping remove toxins from the body, helping kind of eliminate those radical cells in your body, and kind of do its due diligence there. And when you kind of really like slow down and listen to your body, you do start seeing a difference. Obviously, if someone's routine doesn't incorporate blueberries and all of a sudden they start eating blueberries, they won't right away feel it. I think for me, in order to start adding something onto your routine, you got to start taking away something from your routine. That's when you start seeing a
Yeah.
difference. You know, people are like, well, I'm eating healthy, Martin. I'm eating my fruit in the morning. I'm eating my salad at night. And then, you know, I like to eat my food. I like to have a pizza at night. I'm like, okay, well, there's your problem. You know, it's like you
Yeah.
gotta get it at all angles. You know, and once you start eliminating, that's when you can start incorporating some of the good food and actually start to see a difference. You know, and it
Yeah.
takes time. I think to really remove your body of kind of what it doesn't need, it takes at least like 10 days, 14 days. And then within that time, you want to kind of eliminate those bad foods. So it starts, you know, detoxifying, cleaning out those toxins from your body, and one thing after another starts plugging away. So for me, blueberries, I try to stay away from blueberries at night because they help me focus and concentrate and relax, and now I'm ready to go in the zone. So I kind of stay away from blueberries kind of later in the later stages in the night, in the day.
Yeah.
But as soon as I can kind of pile on some blueberries, my fruit is my blueberries.
Now,
So yeah.
I don't mind the blueberries in the morning because I can do like a blueberry muffin, bran muffin, or put it on, pancakes or something like that. Sometimes if I have them and I don't want to waste them, I'll put them in my oatmeal.
Yeah.
But I'm just not a big um, fruit, well, blueberry eater. Now, if I'm going to, my favorite fruit, if I have to do one, I would say pineapple because it also is an antioxidant. It also reduces inflammation, and that's one of my favorites. And it's good for um, mental alertness. Let's just
Mm-hmm.
say, So I'm pretty much okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you had to just pick just one fruit, one vegetable, what would that be?
To recommend to recommend one fruit to kind of a mass of people, I would go with apple. I think an apple is something that most people can incorporate in their diets where they don't have any digestive problems. If apples are kind of relatively throughout the whole country are well produced, you can get a good variety. You can get them non-GMO, organic, and I think it has on a foundational level, it has something where everyone can get benefit out of it. In terms of
Yeah.
the benefits there. And then for a vegetable, that's an interesting one, just because I use vegetables more as my protein and my fiber, and not many people would think about it like that. When they think vegetable, they're thinking right away greens, So for vegetable, honestly, I would go with sweet potato. I would go with the sweet potato. I think it's a multiverse food that many people can get many benefits from besides just weight loss. I think the biggest thing of sweet potatoes that many people don't think about is it has such great benefits in weight loss because it is low glycemic, and it kind of prevents your blood sugar spike, your blood sugar rising, and that's where the insulin has to kick in. Obviously, if you have an active lifestyle and you're going to go do something active, go play a game or do some errands or do something for a handful of hours. Obviously, it's going to be put to use. That energy is going somewhere. But most of the time, people are eating these foods that spike up their pressure and eat those carbs late in the night, whether it's their pastas, their heavy breads, and such forth, after a 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock time slot. And then your body's just going, your blood's going, and what your body then all of a sudden does, it just has to throw insulin in your body to kind of calm it down. But insulin is a fat storing cell, so you're kind of doing it's counterintuitive with what you're trying to think to do. It's like, well, I want to eat less, I want to eat small portions, and this and that. Well, those foods that you're eating are actually making your body even harder for it to lose weight
Yeah.
and for it to come back. So, like I said, I would go with the vegetable as a sweet potato for me. What about you? That's an interesting question. What about you? What are your ones and ones?
Well, that's a good nugget because I'm torn. I like broccoli, and some studies show that it's good for cognitive development. but now things are changing. So at this point, you know, there's a lot of fruits and vegetables, and but for me, if I had to choose just one, um, this week, let's just say, broccoli.
Broccoli. Okay.
And that's just because, yeah, because I put it in a lot. I can stir fry it with other fruits and, well, with other vegetables. Well, fruits. Tomato is a fruit, so I could do that.
Hmm.
But for the most part, I would just say broccoli. And it's for other reasons too, because a lot of people, well, in my household, there's only basic vegetables, and then I introduce, you know, other vegetables, and sometimes I sneak it in, and they can't tell it's in there, but they like it. Prime example, this week I made a beef but I used a bunch of mushrooms, and
Okay.
normally we don't even do the portobello and the white mushrooms, and I kind of mixed it together. But then I used the cream of mushroom soup, and it made
Ooh.
it creamier. So it went really well, and you could just top it over like I used 90/10 ground beef because I'm not a big beef eater, but if I do, I try to get a better
Hmm.
quality,
Hmm.
and it just went well. So with stuff like that, you can serve with broccoli or green beans, and it
Yeah.
just goes well.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, I mean, that's the number one thing. We're not here saying completely change your regime. You got a whole, clean out the wardrobe. It's just substitutes.
Right.
You're right
Exactly.
there. It's just getting the right substitutes, and not even the right ones. Just trying something different and saying, "Oh, I can add that now. Oh, I want to try
Yeah.
this." And
Yeah.
they all have
And
different
implement
qualities.
exactly. And implementing healthy choices.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
because if you're going to eat, you know, processed food every day, try eating processed food maybe once a week or every other week.
Hmm.
But when you start making healthy choices, you do feel a difference.
Yeah.
And it gives you energy. And right now, with everybody having to reorganize their life and try new things and implement new things, if you don't eat healthy, it's not going to help you to get to the next
Hmm.
level. So that's the only thing I say. And you're right, Martin. I think people, when you mention healthy choices, people think, oh, there's this health food nut again. But you don't have to be a health food nut. It's, you know, and why even put that stigma to it?
Mm.
Because if they really want to get technical, there's only fruits and vegetables to sustain us all anyway.
Hmm.
That's what we're used to.
Hmm.
Meat did not become a big thing until later.
Hmm.
So we had fruits and vegetables. I'm sure they ate other things, well, uh, meat, but it wasn't readily
Hmm.
available for many.
Hmm.
So fruits and vegetables will definitely keep um, some diseases and diagnoses. It would slow it down, and it will also help prevent, because that's what we're trying to do anyway,
Hmm.
to prevent illness and to slow down the process of disease.
Hmm. Hmm. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, you and I are not making something up. Every year, the number one, 6 out of the 10 number one killers in the world in America are 6 out of the 10 are food related, health related. You know what I mean? So,
Yes,
and it's not something where it's that food or this food. I mean, I've seen on people. I drink pop. I've drank Diet Coke for 70 years, and I'm perfectly fine. I'm 93 years old. Okay, that's interesting. But the other thing is, I bet she's not smoking. I bet she's not drinking. I bet she's not eating processed food. I bet she's eating enough fruits and vegetables. Like let's look at all of
right,
that. You can't say let's have a person who's smoking cigarettes, drinking alcohol, drinking Diet Coke, and eating
right,
processed meat. It's just a matter of time. You know what I mean? So I'm not
right.
saying change everything you have about yourself, but there are certain things that your body can't take, and just remove it and substitute it, And then go along, have your nice portion of meat, your steak, your turkey, your chicken, whatever it is. But don't have the beer with the chicken. Don't have the 1 pound of nachos with cheese and dressing and all that before. And it's just kind of like have what you have to have at good portions and at the right time of the day, and you'll be fine. You got to help your body. You just cramming more on it, more
Yeah.
on it, and that's when the illnesses happen. Your body starts slowing down. You're feeling sick, and honestly, what's the first thing that happens when you get sick? You stop eating. It's a natural thing that happens. It's telling you, hey, stop eating. Let me figure out what's going on here. Give me a break, and in the meantime, let me try to sweat out as much toxins as I can and get this out of me. So
Right.
it's very simple in terms of kind of what we're trying to get to, where you're trying to go. You got to start losing, taking things off to get where you need to go, and then you'll be there.
Exactly. I agree with that because we all have a vice. That's what people don't understand. We all have a vice. So the thing is, you have to know, what you can rule out. And then
Yeah.
eventually, as decrease, then you don't have that urge. And then mindset. Mindset is a big factor
Mm-hmm.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
I see where Marva was talking about obesity.
Mm.
And we heal as we fast. So yeah,
Mm.
we've got a few minutes. Do you want to come on? You want me to add Marva on so we can all be on the platform
Yeah, I
and
mean,
see what she has
yeah,
to say?
add her. That'd be interesting.
Okay.
I mean,
All right.
I like how she said the heal as we fast, and not many people think of that, and I like that she brought that up. If you can, then she could speak about that, and if she does practice any fasting as well, that'd be excellent.
That's right. Well, Marva, I sent you an invite. Come on the platform and let's talk about it. We've got a few minutes, okay? Oh, she declined. Marva, it's okay. Marva has her book out and hers is on weight loss. But maybe we'll get her on. We'll be
No
on
worries.
Marva. Oh, she said
No
it's
worries.
okay.
But yeah,
But
how about next time
thank
she
you.
can? How about next time we get on, and if she's on and available, maybe she can speak on the benefits of fasting, and if she practices any. I love that. I don't
Yes,
promote it in terms of I fast because people right away, like you just said, they put you in a stereotype, they put you in a corner. So I just look at it
right,
as okay, I don't eat at in this time of the day, and
right.
that way it's kind of like this is my lifestyle. But I would love for her and to hear her speak on that. That'd be great. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
because everybody's different. Yeah, that'll be great, Marva. We'll be looking forward to you coming on. And so we'll wrap it up. Remember, we'll be back. And Marva, you're Eastern Standard Time. I am Mountain Time. And Martin is Pacific Time.
all over the
So
country.
we're all over the
Let's do
country.
it.
So we'll be back Thursday night at let's move it up. Let's say 8 o'clock Mountain Time, 7 o'clock Pacific Time. Does that work for you?
That works for me. That works for me.
Okay, great. Well, have a good day, peace and blessings, and we'll talk soon.
Excellent. Thanks, Jewel.
Goodbye, everybody.
Have a good one, guys.
Bye.